Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to DRMotorsport. This morning I've got Elsie with me in here, so who's always up for hugs and cuddles. So right then. Right, okay, let's crack on with the video. See you in a minute. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a couple of weeks. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. That's all, really. Other than the fact that I've been trickle charging the battery. That's it. Obviously, you all know from my post last week that I was cracking on and got the camper van finished. So today's job: start the car up, check the cold start out. For only the second time, so this is going to be a proper cold start, this one. So Chris at EFI Tuning said it was his best guess to how it would be, so we'll see how it goes. The last one, to be fair, was spot on. So we're going to see how the idle is. Really cold, right? Cold. You know, we'll see how the idle is from properly cold. So anyway, it's all good. So what I'm going to do is get the ramps out from there, which they're buried in there. I'm going to get them, but what we'll do first, I'll fire the car up. I was going to say warming up, but I don't really want to have it idling for too long. Fire it up a little bit and drive it up the ramps so we can do a spanner check underneath, over the top, leak check the drive shaft seals, check the engine, the front and rear of the engine, the underside of the engine, both sides. Just make sure everything's good and start thinking about MOT time, because it has warmed up a little bit here. It's been cold, so I think I'm going to leave it till the end of the month for an MOT, or before I book the MOT. So I've also got an MOT on the van next month as well. So so that is the plan. I just wait and hold off. It's been raining relentlessly here yesterday, and it's been pissing it down on and off this morning. So the plan was to get the driver's side panel refitted. I haven't bought one of these because I forgot. What I'm going to do, I'm going to experiment with a 3D printer with this. I'm going to draw out the profile and see if I can come up with something a little different. Let's just say that. So yeah, I'm going to get up the ramps. Can't do that job today because it's going to be pissing it down. I don't want the car getting wet inside. It's just horrible and damp generally. If you look at the car, you can see it's just flipping horrible and damp. So I'll fire up, get up on the ramps once I've dug them out, and catch you in a minute. working. Right, just one few final bits to check. Top mounts. Get spun on that one. I checked all the gearbox mounts, the starter, the lower engine mount, the gearbox mount, everything basically. The manifold nuts as well, and just everything. I've just gone through absolutely everything that I can see, just to make sure. So yeah, happy days, in a good place with it now. Engine is absolutely dry as a bone. Just get the torch and lights on, and I'll show you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it properly under the car. Let's have a look. Excuse the spinny camera. Right, so is it still recording properly? Right, okay. Right, so not looking too bad in there. As you can see around the sump, absolutely dry as a bone, where it wasn't before, because this bolt here had it was missing. It was missing, and I wasn't there on the car when I got it, but it was just leaking a little bit around there. Obviously now it's the Baz and the teams and the lads at Thurston Engineering tapped it out, sorted it out. Happy bloody days with that. So I checked the oil and the water levels and everything this morning. Well, earlier I checked them this morning and moved the car in the afternoon. But I've checked everything, and it's all dry. The gearbox, the drive shaft seals are all good. Mounts are all tight. Everything I can think of that was disturbed when the engine came out, went back in, have been done. So the only thing I know on here is this little lower panel. It's just a little bit red, so I'm going to put some rust inhibitor on that, and I'm going to get some Nardo grey or shiny primer, as one or two have been saying fairly recently on some of the retro car sites. The 205 is, in fact, this morning it's doing the rounds again this morning. So yeah, it's just nice to see it hit the pages. Really nice to see it hit the pages. So yeah, it's good, so I let it run, so it went on to the main map from the cold map. The engine's still nice and warm, so you have put a couple of revs in there, nothing too substantial obviously. Loaded it up to get on the ramp, which is not a bad thing for the engine anyway. Yeah, I fitted the filter earlier. Then I realised I needed to take it off to check some bits down the front end here. So we're all good. We are all good. So that is that done. It's a bit brighter out here at the minute, but I don't trust the forecast. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to bring the car back down from the ramps. Get it back in here, move this, and I'll stab the bloody car. Bring it off the ramps, and I've got a couple of little projects on the go again with the 3D printing stuff. So let's move this out of the way so it doesn't strike the car. Yeah, sales of the chip guards have been going really well, to be honest. really well. And so thanks to everybody who've purchased them. Feedback's been really well received. It's been really good, very positive. And week before last, I launched the scuttle panel repair part pieces, and they've been absolutely flying out. A couple of people have bought 2 sets. One chap bought 4 sets. Bought 4 sets. So yeah, proving to be incredibly popular. Just a small little thing that I thought, yeah, would make a difference. At least, you know, when you're looking, you don't see the paint colour of the car anymore. So it's tidy, and they're strong. You know, these are strong. That's not going anywhere. So yeah, it's really good to be able to come up with these little ideas and contribute to what is a really thriving community, especially in aftermarket bits. So it's nice to kind of fit in amongst the big players in that area. So I've got loads of stuff to do. Obviously I've got to get this MOT, so I'm going to book it in now for the end of the month, I think. I'll send my mate Hoel from Star Garage and Autocare a message to book the car in. It's still insured anyway. I haven't stopped insuring it for obviously an agreed value. If something went wrong or whatever, you know, and obviously the insurance people know that it's off the road and being stored. So the next thing I'm looking into, and I think I alluded to this a while back, excuse the darkness, my lights it's completely gone this side, and I'm down to one tube on that side, so the back end of the garage is like the abyss. It is bloody dark. So yeah, one of the things I'm looking at doing is coming up with a small little chip guard style thing for here. So the problem with a 205 is that the rear valances are thin, and the challenge for me in coming up with a design for that is making one and coming up with a system to secure it. It's not going to be easy, to be honest, but it's something I'm looking at, something I'm really looking at. So that's on the back burner, so I'll be tucking into that at some point soon. So there's that going on, and the garage, you know, the place I keep my pride and joy. The doors, as you can see behind me, it's just, these were on my original garage that I had, so they've done pretty much 15 years. So they've done really well, in all fairness. So it's now time to tear them down and repair the front of the garage. So another thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be looking at replacing the floor. These EVA, I think they're 600 square, 600 mil square, I think they're, but they're the EVA floor tiles that I bought from eBay a very long time ago now. They've done the job. It's time to get something a bit better. So I'm going to do, so there's three things I need to do really in the garage. So the first thing, obviously, first and foremost, is to get it weather tight again. The door's absolutely knackered. The frame has broken, so you can see that it's moving. So first and foremost, address the door and the windows. At the time when I bought these, I couldn't get, because of COVID and whatnot, there was a shortage, so I couldn't get the external / kind of greenhouse UV resistant ones. So these have yellowed, have oxidized over time. So I need to sort all the door and everything and all the frames around it out. Where they bolt onto is really structurally sound. You can see it's really healthy, and at the top here as well. So and down here actually is pretty good. So I've got that to do. And then the lights, there's something that have been annoying me for years, if I'm being honest. They were only ever temporarily fitted, especially these two here. Well, all of them. If you look at the cabling there, it's pretty shit, to be fair, but it serves a purpose. It's been serving the purpose for a while. And of course it's then, I've seen two whole cars being, nut and bolt fit, restored and finished here. So it's done the job, but it's now time to think about having something better in place of them. So one of the things I've seen, and they seem to be really popular at the minute, is the hex lights setups. What really brought that to the fore for me was when we were in that when I was in EFI Tuning with the 205. Chris had them on the rolling road bay, and I thought really good. They're really good. I was well impressed. Really well, spread light. So with the proceeds of, as I've said from the very beginning, the eBay sales and proceeds from that is all going back into the project and the garage. The garage comes with it, and this is where I work on it. So the first thing on the list is obviously to sort the doors out. I'm going to be ordering today the lights. I'm going to go for a 14 hexagon light setup. Not quite sure how I'm going to mount them yet, because I've only got X amount of beams. So I'm going to get them sorted. I'll work it out. I think I might be putting 2x1s across strategical bits. These will be coming out. I'll be slinging them. They're no good really. Their units are a bust. I've tried changing the bulb on this. The bulb's blown on this, but the unit at the top bit is absolutely screwed. So just fling them out. And they were only cheap in B&Q anyway. This one is going because it's an old one with the starter. It's going. It takes about 3 weeks for it to light up. So that's going. This one, I'll probably fit it somewhere else, probably above the workbench here. And the same with this one, because these two decent lamps, and the big one in the middle above the bonnet there, actually I think I'll probably, because that's an LED unit, I think I'll probably put that one across the top here, so that I can get rid of having these spotlights here, floodlights here, which are really good, well lit. But I'm going to hang on to those anyway as well, so I'll put the strip light I think kind of across here, across the top here. But we'll see. All the cabling is going to be fitted into conduits, with proper junction boxes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it needs an overhaul. So, and the third and final part of the garage revamp, if you like, is hold on a minute, did I get confused? Have I just confused myself? The doors, the lights, I've done the floors as well. So that's the three. So, got sidetracked, never mind. Anyway, so yeah, doors, lights, floor will be last once everything is weather tight. So the idea is I'm only gonna go up to about here. So I'm gonna go 4 meter by 3 meter floor to where I store the car. I'm going to put a visqueen in there to stop the condensation comes up, because it does get, especially around kind of this time of year when the temperature increases and then drops quite quickly, it does get a lot of condensation in here. So yeah, I'm going to have to get that sorted out. And another thing, there was a fourth thing. I've just reminded myself, is that I am going to be buying a car coom to keep the car in, because it's had a few damp winters. Well, every winter's damp here, isn't it, this part of the world? But I'm some of the surface rust I've seen under the front of the car and on the wishbones, it is rising damp. I try and keep the heater on as much as I can here. Can't do it all the time or around the clock because it can get expensive. So I'm going to get a car coon going to buy a Carcoon in time for next winter. So plenty of things going on. First off, MOT, get it MOT'd, start putting some miles on it. The first 50 miles on the current oil that I've got in it, replace the filter, and then put the mineral motor oil, the 2050 in there. That's Baz at Thurston Engineering supplied, and I think I'm not quite sure. I'll have to look back through my conversation with Baz really as to the kind of running mileage that he recommended. I think initially it was 1,500 miles, but I think in the end we agreed on 1,000 miles. So it's going to be a bit of an ask really, because the year that I drove this to Prescott for the Peugeot Festival and back, I only just made 1,500 miles that year. So this year might be just running it in, well, we'll see. I'm quite keen to drive it, so I might take it to work and stuff like that, but short trips I don't really want to do with it, really. So I've been advised to load it up, you know, I can't redline it anyway because it's just limited set at 5,000 RPM, but yeah, almost there. I just need to now fit this bit, and I'm going to do something with this. I'm not quite sure. You'll see at some stage what I'll do with it, but I'm going to 3D print something. I'm not quite sure yet. I think I've got a couple of ideas, but anyway, so that is it for this episode. I know I've gone on and on about different things quite a lot in this one, but there's quite a few bits that have built up over the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah, I'm going to park it there. You don't want to see me lowering this car down from the ramps because you've already seen me driving it up, so I won't do that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm a happy guy at the minute. Just as long as the rest of the running in process goes right, the MOT, everything else. It shouldn't be a problem with the MOT anyway, but as long as everything else goes to plan, then I'll just, yeah, happy, really happy guy. So, on that note, thanks for following me. Thanks for being part of the journey. There's loads more interesting stuff to come. I might put the garage stuff in there if you're interested. If you are, let me know. Drop a comment or two down there. Just if you are, then I'll gladly kind of do that. I won't go through the whole tedious process. I might do some time-lapse footage in there in the general tab on the channel. But we'll see. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing the lights going in, the door being fixed, well, the new door's been made and fitted, and the floor and stuff, let me know. Drop a comment in, and if you want to, then I will definitely do that. So thanks very much as per usual for your support. Stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one.